Hello, everybody. So today we are going to talk about MS, multiple sclerosis. All right. So we are going to bring awareness in MS. For tomorrow, it is MS Day. MS Day. Okay. So with beautiful Natalie. So who is going to Nat? I'm going to try to add her technology. Nat. I am just going to get. Hi, Mignon. Hi, Nat. Oh, finally we made it. Technology. Okay.
We're here anyway. Sorry
Let's
about
do it.
that.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm introducing myself. My name is Angel Underley. I have been doing women's health fitness coaching for past 15, 16 years. And I am certified nutrition counselor as well as founder of this platform. So let me introduce beautiful Nat. So Natalie teaches yoga to people living with MS and other autoimmune conditions. Her focus is very much on helping people manage their symptoms through accessible movement, breathwork, and mindful practices. Her teaching supports not only the physical challenges that come with autoimmune conditions, but also the emotional and mental load that many people quietly carry with while navigating their daily life with a chronic illness. And she is passionate about making yoga inclusive and approachable. She encourages people to move beyond the idea that yoga is only for flexible or physically strong, only for physically and flexible people. And through gentle and supportive practices, she helps people rediscover confidence in their bodies and realize that movement, strength, and mobility are still possible regardless of physical limitations or diagnosis.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so did you want to say a little bit about the MS that you've been living with past 20 years, right?
Yeah. It's nearly 20 years.
Mm,
Yeah, so I was diagnosed when I was 27. So I guess at that time I was young
mm,
because it used to be the disease that people over the age of 40
mm,
were diagnosed with because my mother has MS and she was
mm.
diagnosed at 40. So for me to be diagnosed at 27, 20 years ago was quite, well, 19 years ago, because that would make me a lot older than I am. But
Yes.
you'll work it out, do the maths. Um, yeah, when I was diagnosed, I was really young. But I'd actually been getting symptoms from the age of 20. I
Mm,
might have even been 18. I'm trying to remember when I first got my first symptom. My first symptom
mm.
was I had numb feet because I was a
Okay.
runner. And I remember just not being able to feel my feet in the trainer, in my trainer.
Yes.
So that was around 18, 19. And then I had nothing again until I was 27,
Mm,
when I had a big flare up, which is what they call, that's like a term they use in an MS relapse, where
yes.
your body goes into a massive inflammation. And I was numb down the left hand side of my body, and I had the most intense fatigue. I think I was sleeping for, well, I had no children then, so I was sleeping for about 13, 14 hours a night,
Mm,
maybe 15, and I just couldn't catch up with my sleep. And I was working in a really stressful job at the time, so I just thought, oh well, I'll catch up eventually, and just didn't. And then it was when my eyesight went, I got optic neuritis, so my eyesight went really blurry. And I was driving at night, and I got in the car and I just thought, oh my goodness, I can't see anything. And I had to stop
Mm,
the car. And then that's when I was sent for an MRI and diagnosed. So I kind
mm,
of got the initial symptoms, and then they just kept coming and kept coming. So I think it was about 3 months that I felt completely off until my eyesight went. And then I
mm.
was diagnosed, which
Yeah.
was, a blessing in disguise, really. I was living in Dubai at the time, and so the healthcare is all private healthcare. So I was sent straight to an MRI, and I was literally diagnosed the next day. Whereas if
Wow.
I was still living in England, I think at the time they needed 2 clinical relapses to diagnose MS. So
Mm.
I was
Oh,
put on
England.
drugs pretty quickly.
Yeah, England has a different healthcare system,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. They've got
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's government, so it's NHS, and I don't really know how it works now. But I
Mm.
know at the time I wouldn't have been diagnosed that quickly, and
Mm.
it was good that I was diagnosed so quickly because I could get straight onto the steroids and calm
Mm.
inflammation in my body down and start treatment and start processing and accepting
Yeah, what's happening?
what's
Yeah.
happening, which I
Mm.
think I'm still trying to do, if I'm honest. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever accept. I don't know. I was saying to someone the other day, how do you know when you've accepted that you have a condition? I don't know. I
I
guess it's
guess,
when you stop being at war with it, stop fighting it.
yes. Yeah. Earlier we were talking about it, like you were
Yeah.
saying what is normal tired and what is MS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it was such a long time ago that it's hard for you to tell
Yeah.
now that,
Yeah.
and with the children, I guess you don't have an excuse as much, right? You,
Yeah. No. I mean, and my husband travels because we used to live in Dubai.
mm,
So he still has a business there. So he travels there every 3 months. I'd
mm,
just been actually. It was all quiet.
mm,
But uh, when he goes, I get super tired. And I just think
mm,
with children, and I teach yoga. I don't have a full-time job, but I do have MS. And
mm.
I get really, really tired, and I think, is this my MS fatigue, or is this just normal, natural fatigue? Being
Yes.
a mother and not stopping. Like
Mm,
when you have
yeah.
children, you have to feed them 3 times a day,
Yes. Yes.
and
Only
no
three
one does
times.
that. And
Yeah.
the last meal is the hardest one.
Mm, yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what the difference is anymore.
Hmm.
But I feel every working mother is tired. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, today, before we start the question, I
yeah,
just wanted to let everyone know that today we are talking about MS just to bring the awareness and, because it is still not known for many people, right? And
yeah, not understood, I think.
not understood. And
Yeah.
yeah, the more I'm understanding, and for me, it helps me to understand people better who are going through this, and then um, just because they look beautiful like you, that doesn't mean, that doesn't mean they have, you have your MS is all good, or,
Yeah.
you're cured, or because there's no, am I right? Correct me if I'm not, there is no cure for
No.
MS, right?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet, exactly. There are lots of
Not
people
yet.
doing study, and
Yeah.
and the MS Australia is raising fund, right, for
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
reason. And so if we all can support for that, and for our MS
Yeah.
community, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So like we were talking about, you already a little bit touched on the early signs and symptoms, or your early signs and symptoms on
Yeah.
multiple sclerosis,
Yeah.
and that people often overlook. What are they?
Yeah. I mean, it's an invisible disease. Nobody,
Mm,
when I don't often tell people I have it, but when I do,
mm,
they say to me, "Oh, I'd never know." And I say, "I know,"
yes.
because you can't. I mean, unless you can see. I mean, my walking is, I guess, affected sometimes.
Mm,
Um, but unless you can see me walking when I'm tired, you wouldn't really think anything different. And even then, you might just, I don't know what you'd think. But I guess the most obvious symptoms, I don't know, are you talking about for people that feel it or for people that see it?
that people often overlook is, like, for example, right
Yeah.
now, if I'm looking at you, or when I meet you at my coffee catch up, or
Yeah.
or Nick's studio, I could never tell that Nat has MS, or
Yeah.
because you're always smiling, you're so warm, and such a beautiful person that um, no one can tell that if you're going through the pain, or if you're going through relapse, or you can't
Yeah.
tell.
I guess that's something you don't really say to people when you meet them, but I get what you mean. Yeah, it's invisible. But so, I mean, I think the most outstanding symptom would be the fatigue, even though I said
Mm,
I don't know what normal fatigue feels like anymore. And all of these symptoms are really easy to hide. I guess unless you're at work, that's when it's hard to hide things like cognitive fog, like a memory fog,
mm,
where you just can't really, um, your memory's not so great. It's just,
mm,
and in daily life, that's also sucks because you'll forget, your best mate's birthday, or
yeah.
you'll forget that you're
uh,
meant to be meeting someone, or you'll forget your doctor's appointment, or you'll forget that your kid has got this after school today.
mm,
That for me, that is what affects my life a lot. So I have about 3 lists going every day, and I
yeah.
probably look at my calendar 3 times a day just to make sure I'm not going to forget something. So that cognitive fog is a big one. So you
Mm,
wouldn't ever be able to see that. And
yes.
probably if you were meeting me and I forgot, that might
Mm,
seem that I'm just like, I don't know, rude, or that I don't value meeting up with you that much, but it's
mm,
true. It's just,
so when people say that,
oh,
yes, but this might make you feel better, that all the
yeah,
list you said,
almost
that
always up
I
for
do,
something.
I do, I have all those things. I forget people's birthday, and because we didn't grow up doing birthdays, so it is
Yeah,
such a
okay.
big effort for me to
It's not
remember people's
hard.
birthday. So,
Yeah, okay.
and,
That's all
so
right.
it
That's
might
all
make you
right.
feel better if you forget.
It does
And
make me
so
feel
if you
better.
forget mine, and that's okay. I don't
But
mind.
if I meet someone and they're super on the ball and they're with it and they remember
Mm,
everything, I think in the back of my head, I don't think we can be friends because you won't understand. But I will never be like that. I can't be like that.
yeah.
And I think I
So
was good at all that stuff. Like I
yeah.
said, I've had it so long and lived my life so feel like I've had it forever. I don't know where the line is between who am I and what's my MS, and who's Natalie with MS and who's Natalie without MS. But
Mm.
I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
I guess people who accept you, they will accept you no matter what, right?
Yeah, yes.
So
Absolutely.
with MS or without MS, and because that is part of you,
That's who
and
I am. Exactly.
yes.
But a lot of people don't know I have it still. I mean, they will.
Mm.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
well,
know
I try
I
to bring
have
you
it.
every year in here, just to
Yeah.
bring the awareness in our
Yeah.
community. So and we have a little bit of laugh, and at the same
Yeah.
time get to catch up with you. And
Yeah.
so how can family and friends and workplaces can better support people living with MS in your view?
I think the most, I don't know, outstanding answer to that would be just listening and not trying to
Mm,
offer a solution. Just,
fix it.
I mean, if I mean, I don't talk about my MS that much, but when I do, I don't know, there's this pity face that a lot of people give you, and
Mm.
I don't need that. I don't want the pity face, and that's why I probably don't talk about it that much, because I don't want people
Mm.
to go, oh no,
Yeah.
you know. I,
Yeah.
I've had it. I know it sucks,
Mm.
but
Yeah, you just want to be treated like everybody else.
yeah, I mean, I can't change it.
Mm-hmm.
So just listening, and listening without trying to offer a solution would be one. Uh,
Mm.
Friends and family, like if you have kids, helping out with the kids
Mm.
would be really great. That's one thing I really appreciate.
Mm.
Um,
So in,
Workplaces,
yeah.
I mean, or jobs, there would be, for me, I would need an understanding that I can't stand for too long.
Mm.
Sometimes I just have to sit down and take a break. And it's not me being lazy, or it's not being not motivated.
Mm.
It's that I literally just need to take 10, 15 minutes to calm my nervous system down,
Mm.
take a breath, and fill the bucket back up. And then I personally, because multiple sclerosis is different for everyone,
Mm.
but I know that if I give myself that minute, I will be
Mm.
okay. I
Yeah.
just need to sit down. So that understanding that sometimes you just can't be go, 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 go. You need to
Mm.
stop.
So, would you say that at the workplace, you don't want people to make you feel pity you, but at the same time, if they understand that you have MS, but if you have a little bit of break
Yeah.
time, you would
Even just
appreciate
sitting
that.
down, just being able to sit down. Like if I sit down and have a conversation or a meeting or whatever,
Mm.
just being able to go, can I have a chair? And even things like having parking close to the office
Mm.
be really
Yeah.
helpful.
Mm.
Um, because, I haven't worked in a job in Australia. I've always worked for myself, so I've always been
Mm.
in control of where
Yes,
I
what
go
you
and
could do.
how I do it. But yeah, parking close to the office, um, understanding that MS is different from day to day. You honestly
Mm.
don't know how you're going to feel when you wake up the next day.
Mm.
It's not like I'll get an early night and then I'll feel great tomorrow. Or if I have a nap, I'll feel great after my nap. I don't think it
Mm.
really makes a difference.
Yeah.
You can have a
So,
nap when you're feeling tired and you wake up and you still feel tired.
so what I took from this is that listening without trying to fix it is
Yeah,
a big thing, right?
yeah,
So, mm,
yeah.
yeah.
And in the moment. And also, I don't know. I mean, it's more about how you manage yourself, not sort of putting too much pressure on yourself,
Mm,
having really high expectations from yourself, and not
yes.
judging yourself if you can't on the day that you really need to.
Mm,
Um, you just on the day that you really need to, maybe you can't, and that's okay. You
yeah.
just need
So
to be.
you just have to go with a bit of a grace throughout the day. Eh?
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. Yep.
So, what are some common misconceptions about MS that you would like to change, if you could, through awareness and education?
Um, the misconceptions that I'm met with are, well, one of the doctors in Dubai said to me, I will be in a wheelchair.
Mm.
I said to him, no, I won't. No, I won't. I mean, what a thing to say to someone at the very beginning of their diagnosis.
Mm.
How do you know? So you will be in a wheelchair. A lot of people say things like, oh, I know someone that's got that.
Mm.
Yeah, he or she died.
Mm.
Like,
Oh,
great, thanks.
oh yeah, that's great. It makes me feel so
How
good.
helpful is that?
Yeah.
Or I don't know what else the other misconceptions are, that it's rapidly progressive. It's not
Mm.
always.
Mm.
Sometimes you can just stay, because there are three stages to MS. You have the first one, which is R&R, or relapsing remitting,
Yeah.
and I'm still in that stage, and I've had it for 19 years.
Mm.
So people think that you will go on to the next stage, which is secondary
Mm.
progressive, and then there's primary progressive. So people think that you're going to progress through the stages, but you don't. You can
Mm.
R&R for the
But
whole time.
in your experience, you haven't.
I haven't, no. I haven't.
Yeah.
My
I'm
mum
glad you
has. My
didn't
mother did.
listen.
She's
Yeah.
she progressed, but she stopped. And as far as I understand it, I think your relapsing stage, which is where you have a mass inflammation, um, stops after the age of 50, and you start to slow down after
Okay.
40. So, I mean, that's something that gives me hope.
Yes.
Because it's the relapses that are what you really don't want to have.
That, yeah, that progresses the
Yeah,
symptoms.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, MS. Whenever I tell people I have MS, they don't know what it is. They probably think it's a muscle thing.
Mm.
I think it might be, what is it? Can't remember what it is they think I have. There you go. There's my cognitive fog. I can't remember what it is they think I have, but they think it's muscle degeneration,
Mm.
or they think you're going to be in a wheelchair, but it's not actually the muscles; it's the nerves.
Okay.
And what MS is your immune system being too heightened. So if you get
Mm.
sick, it is heightened, and then it massively attacks what should
Mm.
be the virus, but it attacks everything. So it's
Mm.
the whole central nervous system, and then creates these little holes in the myelin sheath, which is the protective coating on a nerve.
Mm.
And then the little holes in the myelin sheath is what makes you short circuit. So it could be anywhere. It could be down it could be on your nervous system down your spine, or it could be in your brain. So it could affect your walking. It could affect the weakness, the strength in your arm.
Mm.
It could affect but it only affects those massively when you're in the flare up. And then when you take your steroids and you reduce the inflammation in your body, you're then left with a disability. So for me, I got a hole in my myelin sheath, or someone's at my door, sorry. Or I had a sort of little, a hole in my myelin sheath on my spine, which affected my walking.
Mm.
So whilst I was in the flare up, I didn't really notice it that much, and it's only since then that I've now been left with that weakness in my leg.
Mm.
So I guess the signal, I mean, I'm no neurologist, but I'm
Yes.
guessing the signal to my nerve that runs through my muscle is slower, and it
Yes.
just gets tired quickly. So
Mm.
um,
Thank you for confirming
I
that
don't
you
know
are
if that
not a
makes any.
neurologist. Or this is not a health advice or suggestions
No,
to
not at
anybody.
all.
This is just Nat's
This is how I
experience.
explain it to people in
Yes,
layman's
yes,
terms.
yes. So if anyone is, want to know more, what resources would you suggest?
Well, MS Queensland is great. They have
Mm.
everything on there, everything, and they have stories of people that have
Mm.
it, and that are continuing to, live normal lives.
Mm.
And they have, what is MS and blah 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 blah. So MS Queensland's quite reliable
Mm. Yeah.
information.
So I have shared some of the MS Australia post and
Yeah,
MS Society.
yeah. The
They're
UK one.
like they have really good informations there, and yeah, if you're not feeling right, just go to your GP, healthcare practitioner, right?
Definitely,
Um,
definitely. And they
yeah.
would refer you to a neurologist.
Mm. So, what message of hope or encouragement would you like to share with people who have recently been diagnosed with MS?
That's a good question. it's a completely manageable disease. So
Mm-hmm.
there are very varying degrees of severity, obviously, of how MS can affect you. You can have pain. I don't have pain. I just have, other things, uh,
Mm.
comfort and tightening. That's why yoga is so good for MS. Um, but everything is it's all manageable. And honestly, the way you beat this disease is here in your head.
Mm. Mm.
Um, you have to get your thinking right around it. You have to do a bit of maybe acceptance around how life is a little bit different now.
Mm.
But just keep going forward. Like you
Yes.
have a choice on how you still have a choice on how you live your life.
Mm.
And
That
it,
you didn't, yeah, I just wanted to add on that, that the doctor who told you that you are going to be in wheelchair 20 years ago, 18 years
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
if you had listened, literally took it in, and and then, and if you were not determined that no, I'm not going to be in wheelchair.
yeah. And do you know what though? I'm at the stage now of my MS where I don't feel like I'll be in a wheelchair. But if
Mm,
I need to be in one in certain situations, like going through an airport where I have to walk a lot
mm.
or whatever, I'm slowly coming around to fine if I need it.
Yeah,
I,
accepted. That is the
yeah,
acceptance, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But the way he put it,
Mm.
it was just, no,
Or some
no.
people, when they come and say, oh, such and such from MS died. So that is not
Yeah, my
really,
uncle had it and he died. And, yeah, thanks.
yes. Yeah, that is, I think sometimes people try to make connection with you around it. And
Maybe.
yeah, maybe try not too hard, right? And just listen, like you said earlier, that really resonated to me is listen to the person and try
Yeah.
not to fix it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, just listen to them.
Maybe it's just one of those situations where people are just awkward and they don't know what to say, and the way
Mm.
that their words come out faster than they think about it.
Yes, yeah, I
So
think
try
most
and
of,
just put it down.
yeah, lots of times, the difficult conversation happens that way.
Yeah,
You want to empathize the person, you want to show the compassion, but then like you said, we talk faster than
what do you
what we
think?
have inside our
Yeah,
mind, and
yeah.
not take those things by heart, because people just trying to help somehow.
I know they're just trying to
Um,
relate. So I know they're not trying to hurt me. I know that's
yeah.
not the intention. So I've just got it. I just try. I just try to not
Mm.
personally. Yeah,
Yeah, I will just ignore you. I'll pretend that I didn't hear that.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nat, for being here. It's always so lovely to talk to you about, about MS, and to bring awareness in this incurable condition so
Yeah,
far
but
at the moment, right?
at
And
the moment,
the more we're talking, and then MS community, and then scientists are working on it
yeah,
to find find a solution for it. And if
yeah.
people wants to support, please go to, I'm going to put the link that about the MS Australia, and they can always donate there. Do you have any other resources, P, you would suggest people? Just MS Australia, Queensland?
Yeah, I would just go to the most sort of reliable source. They're the ones
Yes.
I would go to, or their Facebook pages, or their socials is
Groups?
good. Yeah, and
Okay.
they're doing MS Queensland are doing a Brizzy to the Bay bike ride in
Mm,
2 weeks. So if you want to get on your bike and do a
mm,
ride, or get someone to help
mm.
raise
Are you doing
money,
yoga again? Because
yeah,
that is where I met you first time, when
yeah,
you were doing
I'm
MS
still teaching.
Australia yoga,
Yeah,
right?
yoga.
Mm,
I do a lot with I do with MS Queensland. I teach with MS
mm.
Queensland and the Yoga Partnership. They're the ones
Yeah.
set it all up.
Yeah.
And then I also work with the senior community
Yeah.
at Southport, so through U3A, University of the Third Age,
Okay.
chair yoga, so accessible yoga, not
Mm.
gymnastics yoga.
Okay. Yes. Not trying to fit in or trying to do
Yeah, yeah,
fitness.
yeah,
Um, yeah. Okay. So the best space that people can reach out to you is Mind Body Yoga GC. Is that
yeah.
correct?
Mind body GC
GC.
yoga. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I'll tag you on the correct one this time.
yeah. No problem, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. And if anyone wants to connect with Nat and, have a chat or,
Yeah,
um,
always up for a chat.
yeah, or, learn about the little bit of movement as well as, I guess, support, a little
Yeah,
bit of support, yeah. So reach out to Nat, and
yeah.
then tomorrow is MS Day. So we
It
wanted
is
to bring a
World
little bit
MS
of
Day tomorrow.
World MS Day.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, thank you, Nat, for being here. Thank you,
Very
everyone,
much.
for
Thank you.
showing up and the support.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have an amazing day.
Speak soon. Okay.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Nat. Bye, everybody. Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye.